Hey, that's the sounds of King Craig coming at you all over your radio, and he calls that one Fail to See. It's now time for SKELEC PowerTalk program. That's coming up next.
It's the morning show!
PowerTalk, SKELEC's new electrifying 15-minute radio program, features on ZIZ every first Wednesday of each month. Tune in for the latest information on what's happening at SKELEC. Learn more about doing business with us and the services we offer. PowerTalk, powered by SKELEC.
Every first and third Wednesday at 9:30 a.m.
Welcome to another edition of PowerTalk. We're so happy that you're tuned in and you're here with us today. Today I have with me two of the individuals at SKELEC who is going to help me to share some updates as to what we are doing at the company. I'll allow these persons to introduce themselves.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Again, here we go.
Yeah, ladies first.
Good morning, everyone. This is Isilma Isaac, and I'm the Debt Management Supervisor at SKELEC, which I hope all of you would know by now.
And good morning. My name is, let me take off my mask. My name is Gawain Freights.
They're all around. All around.
No. I just pull a pause. No, seriously. No. I just pull a thing. Staff engagement officer at SKELEC. I actually just put a blank. I was trying to go through so much thoughts in my head at one time. But yes, good morning. I'm back and we have been here for the year before, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so can say Happy New Year. I think it's
You
about
can't,
time.
it's February.
I don't believe
it's February 3rd. You can't tell
anybody
Happy
Happy
New Year,
right? Okay, so no more Happy New Year.
The year is officially old now.
Okay then.
Say Happy Valentine's.
Oh yeah.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
From SKELEC.
From SKELEC.
My name is Patrice Harris, and I'm the Corporate Communications Manager at SKELEC. And today we want to share with you some updates about the company. Firstly, I'm sure most persons are aware, but we demolished 2 buildings on Central Street this weekend, that being the old ice plant and the old stores building. Now, we partook in this demolition to allow us to complete some of our capital projects. The capital projects including the installation of a new parking lot and hopefully sometime in the not too distant future, some new admin buildings as we as a company continue to grow. Now, I'm sure some persons are wondering, well, what about the history of the ice plant? Well, I was too young. I wasn't around during that time. So y'all can chuckle at me all you want. But I understand the importance of preserving our history, and as such, we are embarking on a documentary to ensure that persons who are even younger than myself can understand the importance that the ice plant had at that point in time. We are hunting for pictures and stories. So if you have any pictures of the old ice plant, back in the day, even if it was someone who was visiting, took a picture around it, near it, we're hunting for pictures. So if you have any pictures, call SKELEC or send us an email at pr.skelec.kn. I don't know how both of you feel, but it's just a very different feeling with both buildings being
But for the
done.
history of it, you can actually touch base with Scribbles, because he used to actually work there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we could get
I'll
some
call
history from
Scribbles.
him.
Mm-hmm.
But it did leave a bit of a beer feeling
Yes.
initially when the
Yes.
plant was demolished. And I know many persons gathered around in the morning and they took videos and pictures. So I know especially for the residents, persons within that area, it's a lot of significance for them. So as the company continues to grow, we had to embark on this project, and we apologize for any inconvenience that would have happened around the weekend as a result of the demolition. But there's still some work that continues to happen, but not as invasive as the work that took place on the weekend. So once more, if you have any pictures, if you have any stories you want to share with us, call us and we will have them included in the documentary that we are producing. Now, I brought Miss Isilma Isaac back with me this week because we are still doing some sensitization to the public, especially because we are on a disconnection drive at the moment. I know there's a lot of conversation in the public. There's a lot of public discourse. There's a lot of debate about our decision to do disconnections at the moment. But I want to let you know, interestingly, I would have been looking at some of the other utility companies throughout the region, and some of them began disconnections as early as November. We have not done disconnections in a very long time.
Very long time.
And it was important for us to ensure that we don't keep persons in this habit of not prioritizing the SKELEC bill. And the disconnections are part of the entire frame that we are on as it relates to collecting outstanding debts. And that is Miss Isaac's job. So Miss Isaac, tell us a bit about how that has been going.
Well, we have had quite a few persons calling in, trying to find out, especially about the promotion that we've just started as at Monday. Quite a few persons are calling in and trying to see if they are eligible and, you know, trying to find ways in which they can come in and do the necessaries to get themselves set right. In the past, though, we have had a lot of persons come into the office to try and get on the payment plan. I think it was because there was talk of disconnection in the air. So quite a few persons come in, and I would like to say thanks to all of them. As long as you keep on this path, you will be okay. You have to sacrifice for a little bit of time, whatever your time frame may have been, whether it may have been 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, or even 36 months. After that time, you will be set back on the right path. As long as you keep with us, you work with us to work with you, and everything will be okay eventually.
Great. And I know there's a lot of buzz at the office right now because we have a promotion. And I'll let Gawain explain to the listening public what this promotion is all about and why SKELEC is so excited to introduce this promotion.
Yes, well, we know February is called Love Month.
It's also the best month for very many reasons, including my birthday. It's also the best
just a few
month.
persons. Just a few persons. It's the best month because it's the shortest month. Yeah, but we know February is Love Month, and we decided at SKELEC that we would just have, we would have persons, or we would give persons a chance to, let's say, show them how much we care, how much we love. So prior to the start of the promotion, our promotion is called Slash Your Ways. Prior to the start of the promotion, when a person came in to see like Miss Isaac and her team, they would, when they meet with Miss Isaac, she might tell them, okay, you have to pay either 30% of your arrears, 20%, 10% of your arrears, 40% or 50%. So you hear it was between 50 and 20%, right? But right now, between the starting on Monday until next week Friday, which is the 12th, you will choose the amount that you want to pay on your arrears. So you decide how much you want to pay when you're starting the DPA. Now the DPA is basically like a hire purchase contract without interest. So let me add that in the beginning. It's without interest. So it's like a hire purchase contract. So you have an arrears, the arrears is for X amount of dollars. Instead of Miss Isaac telling you, okay, you have to pay 40%, you tell us, listen, Miss Isaac, I could only pay you this amount to start the ball rolling. We accept the amount and then we work it out. Remember, we work it with you. So it's not like we are telling you, okay, you have to pay $300 when you can't pay $300. We tell you, this is the amount you have to pay over the 36 months. We could give them 36 months, right?
Yes, only up to 36
Only
months.
up to 36 months, so that's 3 years you'll have to pay it off by. And the important thing is that you must stay current. So you can't be just paying off the arrears and not paying your current amount.
You'll get back into the same situation.
Exactly. You'll just be falling back into the same trap. So then what you do is that when you get your bill won't have on the bulk of the arrears. Your bill will just have on what your monthly payment is and your current amount. And then you make that payment every month. And then in 2 years, 3 years, whatever the time is, you'll be completely paid off and you'll be up to date and you'll be managing your debt a lot better. So that is what we are doing for our customers for the first half of this month. So it's from the Monday, which was the 1st, until the 12th, which is next week, Friday.
And also, too, I realize a lot of persons have been calling in. When you're deciding on what your deposit is going to be for this promotion, please bear in mind that at the end of the payment, when you come down to debt management, we are going to have to find a solution for you to make monthly payments. So please don't go to the cashier and pay $1 if you have a very high bill, because the balance of it is what we have to basically work out an arrangement on. So please, when making your decision, please make an informed decision and make a decision that is going to benefit you and us at the same time.
And if you do have a small amount of money that you want to pay on the bill, we
Yes.
encourage a payment. We're not going to
Right.
refuse
No,
any
we
monies
won't. We
whatsoever.
won't. We won't.
But we just want you to understand that you have to be realistic, as Ms.
Right.
Isaac mentioned. You don't want to pay a $50 deposit on a $6,000 bill
Right.
because you're going to be faced with a situation where you have to make either very large installments
Right.
every month or the duration of the payment is longer. You have up to 36 months, but it doesn't mean that you have to take that
Right,
full year.
right.
You're not paying for a car, you're not paying for a bed set, you're paying your electricity bill.
True.
So we want persons to understand. Now, I still know we were having a conversation yesterday about landlord and tenant situations. So let's walk through that and try to educate persons, because we have been seeing some situations where landlords are coming in because these very high arrears are in their names, and tenants are coming in because they want to get the promotion, they want to get on the plan. But how would it work for one landlord and two tenants?
Now, initially, what we try to inform our landlords is that if you're going to have a tenant living in your property, you should ensure that you turn the bill over to them. Reason being, as long as there's a balance on the account, even if the tenant leaves, it is for the landlord to take care of because your name is there. Whereas if it's in the tenant's name, wherever that tenant goes, if they want to have supply in another area, they will have to take care of that balance. But if in a situation like we're having the promotion now, if the bill is in the landlord's name and the tenant wants to take part in the promotion, they will have to get a notarized letter, or the landlord will have to come in with them and give us the permission to sign up that person for the for the promotion.
And what about the special landlord and tenant situations whereby it might be someone who was deceased, who is deceased, or a situation where you live in a household where your name is not on the property? How does that work as well?
In a situation like that, if the person is deceased, then the next of kin will have to get power of attorney or some sort of legal document to say that they're in charge, and then do the necessaries for that tenant. If it's that, let's say for instance, the landlord is overseas, and sometimes tenants don't ever get any contact information from their landlords, and so they have no way of getting in touch with them. What we're advising is that anybody overseas that's renting to anybody locally, put somebody on island in charge, get an agent or a lawyer or somebody to take care of that situation for you, because in order for you to do anything with your property, you have to have an agent. Now, for the tenants, we would advise, if you're renting from somebody, please get your landlord's information or somebody on island's information that you can touch base with. Whomever it is that you're paying the rent to, try to find out how you can get in touch with the landlord for a situation such as this. But at the same time, in order to avoid getting into a situation like this, please pay your bills on a monthly basis.
That's really the message we want to preach. That's the message. Once you pay your bill, we won't have
there
to
won't be a need for all of
hunting
this.
for
Right.
landlords, we're hunting for tenants,
Right.
especially in some situations where tenants move away.
Yes.
And then landlords are coming to us in tears.
Yes.
But really and truly, it's about ensuring that the bill is paid on time, in full, every month, and we don't have to face these situations.
True.
As we've begun by saying, we can confirm that disconnections have begun. We've been doing disconnections for at least 3 weeks now.
Right.
And I want us to explain to the public what the options are if you have been disconnected.
For persons that have been disconnected, residential persons, you have the option of coming in, paying. Once you're disconnected, it's about 50% that you have to come up with. And then you have the option of either doing a deferred payment arrangement or a prepaid plan. Now, for persons that don't understand what prepaid is about, it's sort of the same scenario as your cell phone. You buy a prepaid cell phone, and every time you need to use the service, you have to put credit on there in order to use the service. With our prepaid plan, it's the same meter. We're not going to give you a new meter. It's the same meter that's on there. Once it's a smart meter, we will just switch you from being postpaid to prepaid. You have to put credit on the service in order for you to be able to utilize it.
So what about, and I'm happy that you mentioned those options, but we have become aware that some customers have resorted to the not so correct way
Yes.
of keeping themselves powered and energized.
Yes.
Long story short, we've been informed that some customers have been stealing
Yes.
after they have been disconnected. Let's walk them through why that is not a good idea.
Now, as far as we know, SKELEC is the only provider of electricity in St. Kitts.
Correct.
So if someone gets disconnected, even though you might be the neighbor, please don't feel sorry for them because they're going to put you in the same situation. Do not pass any cords from your house to their property to try and give them electricity because you feel sorry for them. At the end of the day, yourself and the person that's been disconnected, they're going to have to pay an illegal connection fee. And that is upwards of $1,500.
Up to how much I still
It can go up to at least $10,000.
Tell them how it goes.
It can go up to 10,000
Let
or
them pay the
even more.
10,000.
And you can be prosecuted. So it makes no sense. As much as you feel sorry for them, encourage them to make payments on their account.
So if you have been disconnected, please do not resort to stealing. Because if a SKELEC official is notified and comes to your home and we recognize that you have been stealing, you will be liable. And then you know what the other situation is? You won't be placed on a plan. We will need all of the money up front.
Right. And businesses too, because there's some businesses that would have been disconnected and have not done anything. If it's that you're thinking about going the way of doing an illegal connection, please don't. Please come in and have a conversation. We'll try our best to assist you.
We want to encourage the public as well. Please inform SKELEC. I know we have a culture of not ratting, but please to inform SKELEC of any individual that you know for certain is stealing electricity, or if you are suspicious because there wasn't power but you realize now there's lights in the night, etc. Please, because it really puts you in a difficult situation, especially if they're stealing from you, because that means that your bill is going to get higher. You're not going to know where your bill is higher. That's because someone is stealing from you. So you need to report these instances of illegal connections.
Yes. And, a lot of persons don't realize this, that when you know someone is stealing and you're not saying anything or doing anything like that, basically you're paying the person's bill.
Exactly.
You are?
You are paying the person's bill. Because when SKELEC is billing and we realize we have to be charging, you're paying the person's bill. So that's what it is. And we have persons who are like, well, I just get them a little drop card. So you want a drop card across the thing, whatever. If we see that, we do cut the drop. I'm going to tell you, the guy's going to cut the drop card and we're going to charge the person who is giving that other person electricity. So it's not really the person who's getting it, is the person who is given will also be charged. So just so you know, that is how the system works. So, don't resort to that. Just tell them, come in, speak to us. It's hard to say that we have, just downright say we're not helping people, because that's not the case. Many times we have tried our best
We've
to
bent over
see
backwards.
Yes, to assist persons, especially when it comes to knowing that they're disconnected. Because we want to make sure that persons are powered. That's one thing that we have been told, especially by the ministry and stuff like that. Just make sure, do whatever we can do to make sure that our customers are still connected.
There are some customers who are not eligible for any of our payment plans. Let's talk about who these customers are and what options they have still.
Okay, for persons that would have had a DPA or deferred payment arrangement prior, there are quite a few persons that would have done it previously because they did not want to get disconnected. But once that was done, the numbers changed, the access information to them changed, and so we had no way of getting in touch with them, and they weren't making payments. Now is the time, if you decide to come back in because your balance is now high again, we will give you a prepaid service. We will not be doing another DPA for you.
So customers who had a payment plan before, defaulted on that plan, didn't make any payments,
None whatsoever.
no payments whatsoever, and coming now and asking for a plan again, you will not have the option.
We will ask you to make a payment on the account, but the next option would be prepaid service.
So we won't give you a plan again because you did not show us before that you were responsible enough to deal with your first plan. However, we can put you on prepaid. That allows you to remain powered. You top up every month, and we expect that you will still continue to make payments towards your arrears. So SKELEC has been providing so many options for our customers because, as we mentioned before, we want you to remain powered. But it's not going to be at the expense of the company. It's not going to be at the expense of your neighbor who you might be stealing electricity from. It's important to do things the right way. It's important to also not stay home and suffer in silence.
Right.
Now, Ms. Isaac, we were speaking yesterday. We were having a little pre-conversation, so I just wanted to bring some of these conversations on air. Some customers who we are mindful of lost their job, they're struggling with the financial hardship from COVID-19. How are we assisting these customers?
Well, there are some persons that you will actually look at their account and realize that they were always up to date. But around the time of COVID, you realize that there is a there are not payments on the account, and the persons may not have come in and said anything to us. But once we can get in contact with them, we will ask some questions and see how best we can deal with it. Because there's some persons that are not employed up to this day. And so we try to find ways in which we can deal with that situation. So it's not just about them sitting home and saying, oh, I have a big bill, my bill is growing, and I won't be able to have electricity sooner or later. Come in and say something to us. Like I said to some persons the other day, we had the moratorium, and a lot of people didn't take advantage of that. And now that they're hearing about it, now the time has passed, they're now saying, oh, but I was laid off. Whenever we send information out, we're not just sending it out because we can. We're trying to do so that persons that are affected can come in and have a sit down. It's not that we're trying to get into your business, but everybody suffers in one way or another. And we're just trying to help. Because at the end of the day, there's some persons unemployed that have kids going to school. There are other things that are going on, and we need to keep them powered. So as long as you have electricity, we expect you to make payments, but we can help you to find a way to do so.
And trust me, Miss Isaac and her department, that's the debt collection unit, the customer service unit, they are trying. And trust me, they're quite busy. They've been quite busy. Every day you can see scores and scores of customers coming in. They want to know what their options are. It's unfortunate. I hope people don't think that we're sending threats, but we're really just letting you know what the reality of the situation is. We have about 10 minutes on air, and I'm going to open the lines if there are any listeners who have any questions you want answers to. If you have any comments you want to share with us, please do not be afraid to call. We're going to open the lines. So we have a caller, GQ. All right, we have 2 callers. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my Prime Minister lady. Don't call
Good
on
morning,
me. Don't call
Mr.
on me.
First. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, my girlfriend there. Miss Isaac.
How are you today?
Good morning. This is your lovely task cleaner. I'm so happy for you all, especially your new dress code. And my boyfriend there, my TV boyfriend. He's the one I get my TV from. I'm so proud of you all. GQ don't feel no way, okay? Those are my workers, my long-time workers, my number 1 workers, SKELEC. You know, I feel so proud. Thank you all for your almanac. And it gives me great pleasure. I feel so proud to see my darling there on one page. This is Miss Hazel in her nice blue smiling. And I was so proud to see the cleaner. You know, they don't recognize cleaner sometimes, but the cleaner from up the power station, she is on one side. So I just want to congratulate
our
you
September
all.
girl.
And I want to say, it's a long time now. I see me doing that job there, picking up money since I was over there. Now they've already nearly down to million years now, and she's still picking up money. So you all keep on doing the good work and let people come and pay, because if they don't come and pay, you ain't going to get no pay, and you ain't going to get no more new uniform. So customers, you all deal. That the high phones, them does our money, and small Lulu, the little fry, she don't our money, SKELEC does off. SKELEC does, you know, right now they me till the bill come out, you know, because I just pay and I don't take back the change until they fit for the other bill. But you know, many people don't do that, the high firms them. So I say, my Miss Isaac, please keep up the good work, and my Prime Minister here, and my TV boyfriend, you all have a good day, and JK, don't grudge you there still. Have a good day, all of you. Bye.
Bye, Lulu. Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling. Good morning, caller. You're on here. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, GQ.
Hey, good morning, man. Good morning.
This is SKELEC.
Good morning.
This is Jam O'Neill. I want to know when you are gonna be customer oriented. You know, I spoke to some people down at Port Zante, and they say when they come up there to settle bills with you all, you know, the attitude, and we don't want that, you know, darling. You go in all the government department, this is where you're getting, you know. We don't want these things. We want you all to cooperate with these people. These people who give us a prime cruise destination. Some of them is not generating money right now, but they should pay, and they have to pay. We want to level the playing field with these people.
Let them come with what they got, and going forward, they know when we up and running down there again, they have to pay SKELEC. Because if it's one man ain't playing, it's paying SKELEC is me. You all got to be better than that man and deal with it in a professional way. I hearing it all the time, and that guy ain't gonna tell me no lie. I know he's not gonna tell me no lie. Come on, if some of them come with attitude, your duty is to cool. If they get out of hand and you have to touch them up, you got to touch them up. But let me keep SKELEC good name going. Let me keep it going. Because we cannot run in the electrical grid like that, you know. Come and use and don't pay, you know. It won't work like this. Have a good day, everybody.
Caller, I want to apologize if it is the case that we have had any customers come into our store, our main office that is, and you would have received any poor customer service. That is really not a part of SKELEC's mantra. We really ensure that we should help customers. We try our best to help customers. And I know I've witnessed our agents really displaying good customer service. So I apologize if any customer did receive that. But we want to assure you that we are here, we are customer oriented, and we work to help our customers. Cool. All right, we have two more callers. All right, we're going to take them. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, and good morning to the panelists. Yeah, I'm here listening to the program. You hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Okay, then. It's a great program, and what I like about the program is that you all are giving person the opportunity to come, and it's unfortunate that some person allow their bills to get out of hand, and you only miss the water until you will enjoy. The thing about it is with the COVID-19, some persons have been at a real low point in their life in terms of funds. But the key is to communicate. At least come to the agency, speak to you all, and you all can put things in place. But some person just, for some reason, either they don't listen, they don't take good advice, and then when they reach to the stage when their count is off, if you don't have any count, you cannot have anything else, basically. You are in darkness. So my thing is for persons to, if you're in a situation, the best thing to do is go in. The banks do the same thing, ask person to come in and have a conversation. I don't know what is the problem with certain people, if they're afraid or whatever. But that's the best way to go. So what I like about the program, you all are giving person the opportunity. You all have the different ideas, ways of persons to assist them in whatever way they can. So I just ask the general public, if you are in a situation, the best thing to do is to go in and speak to the persons who can help you. Good program as usual. I will continue to listen.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you for your input. We have one more caller. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. I'm calling from New York. I just want to ask a question. If you have a house and somebody moving in it and you give them no authority to put in current in there, what you could do about it?
Miss Isaac?
I would like to ask a quick question. How did that person get to put the electricity in? Because normally we would ask for them to show documentation from the owner stating that they have authority to do so. Mm-hmm. So you want to...
I don't know, but I have the paper for the house. So I don't know. It's a never mind, but I don't know.
Electricity there
I want to know...
in, or did he electricity?
I'm coming home sometime. When I get a chance to come home, I'm coming home, and I would like to come to the office to find out.
You can do that.
Okay.
And we will try and get it sorted out for you.
Yeah, all right. Thanks.
All right, thank you. We have another caller. Good morning, caller. Caller. Please, we do have the option to take a few more calls, so if you do want to get into the program with questions, do so. We have another caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Power Talk.
Hello, good morning, ladies. Would the announcer be there, GQ?
Yes.
Well, let me say good morning to GQ. GQ, this is Sugar.
All right, morning, Sugars.
Yes. This thing with the lights thing, you know, I blame I, you know. The electricity player. And I come tell you that people been run up so much. You can't pay 1 month. You see 2 come. You see 3 come. You can't pay. Smoking cut me off without $30 already. Anyway, all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have another caller. All right. Yes, we have been lenient with our customers for some time, hoping that their conscience will kick in and they will come to the office. But we're at the point now where we have decided to resume disconnections. There's a lot of monies owed to the company, and we're trying to collect as much of that money as possible. So please, when you put your monthly budget together, please have SKELEC in mind. There's somewhere along the road, persons began thinking that we were providing some sort of public good, that it was a free service. Right. And I must remind you that there is a cost associated with producing electricity. There's a cost associated with running a company of this magnitude. It is very important for you to pay your utility bills just the same way as you pay your loans, your hire purchase, or your credit card bills. It's also important because this is really a basic need. It's something that you have to have within your household. We do not want to have our customers disconnected as such. We are encouraging you to come in and ask us about the options that are available to you. So as we begin to wrap up the program, I'm going to allow Miss Isaac and Gawain just to get in some few final words, and then we'll wrap up this morning's program.
Okay, I'd just like to say when persons are budgeting, there are quite a few persons that would say, I don't like SKELEC. Instead of putting SKELEC in your budget, put electricity. You must have electricity. And put an amount next to it. Okay, we're here to help you, and we're really trying. But you have to help us to help you. We need to be able to contact you. We need for you to come in and have a chat with us. As long as that happens, we will try our very best to ensure that we keep the lights on. It's always for us to do that. We want to give you the best service possible. So from SKELEC with love, come in to us and say something.
Yes, and just to follow up a little bit with what Ms. Isaac said about the budget part. Yes, put electricity. You don't like the name SKELEC? Yeah, put electricity.
Put current.
Put current then. Even that. Put current then. Put current. But yeah, and also we just like to add that we are having some promos for staff, so I just want to put it out there. So if you see our staff looking quite dapper in the month of February, just know that it is, we just decided to do some stuff for staff, you know, and we just want to, and it's just getting in the whole community spirit, you know. It's the second month of the year, person's not sure how 2021 is going to be, so we just don't want to seem like it's just, we just want people money, we want people money, you know. That's the case, because I remember one time when, in September last year, when we got our new uniforms, person was saying, finally I could say what y'all doing with the money that we come and pay. So now you'll see what else we are doing, all right? So don't forget that, just a really reminder, just tap down current on your budget list. So you put phone, you put current after that, you put
water.
Food. Put water, food. You know, you don't have to be in that order, but just make sure that we're in the top 4, at least, or top 3, you know. All right.
I want to take this opportunity to encourage as many of our customers as possible to come in and sign up for our deferred payment arrangement. Customers with extremely high arrears, it's only open for residential customers who have never had a payment plan before. For 14 days, you get to choose your deposit. For all of this week and all of next week, you tell us the amount that you want to pay, but be mindful that it should be a reasonable amount so as not to put you so that you don't end up with a very, very high monthly installment. True. As we mentioned, it's the Love Month, and next week, Friday, we're going to be distributing some love baskets to some of our former employees. I think we are still in the process of contacting them. So just so you know, SKELEC is a company of love. Yes. So when you walk into our office, you're going to see all of the nice Valentine's decor so that you know it's Love Month and it's Black History Month. So we're going to be celebrating that as well in the company. We love our customers, even though you don't love us all the time. We love you and we think about you in everything that you do.
From SKELEC with love.
So have a great day. From the nation's leading utility provider, thank you for tuning into another edition of PowerTalk. Bye-bye.
Bye.
PowerTalk, SKELEC's new electrifying 15-minute radio program, features on ZIZ every first Wednesday of each month. Tune in for the latest information on what's happening at SKELEC. Learn more about doing business with us and the services we offer. PowerTalk, powered by SKELEC.
Every first and third Wednesday at 9:30 a.m.
Girl, you got some animals on here killing me. They would not keep out my yard. Can't even get food from my own garden. I'm trying to save to buy some fencing, but they're very expensive and the cheaper ones won't keep the donkey.